Hey everybody. This is Jingle Bells. I know a lot of you would like to be able to play this. You've been practicing your recorder and it's almost Christmas, and Jingle Bells really would be our green belt. It would be the fourth song that you would do. So let's take a look at it. Everybody knows this song. And the first, hopefully you look and you see that the first note is one that you should know. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So the very first pitch, we've got the stem pointing down. It's on the line. What is it? Every great bulldog B. So the first two measures are just B. So say the note with me. B, 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 B. That's to Jingle Bells, right? And it really helps to sing it. So you go B, 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 B. Now what's that? It's still pointing down, but it's higher than a B, right? Is it a line or a space? Hopefully you can tell that it's on the line. So we've already had the B, bulldog. What comes after that? Every great bulldog does. So D, it's high D. Now, you have had high C in the March from the Nutcracker. And if you remember, high C was middle finger and thumb. Now, I'll use my right hand. You're supposed to use your left hand on top. I'm trying to mirror, okay? So your thumb is on the back hole and you had lifted up your pointer finger. So it's just the second hole covered by your middle finger. High D is the same, except there's no thumb. So you're going to go between B and high D. Now you see that's a little awkward. If you're trying it right now with me, I suggest you do. Not blow, but just the fingering of it. You know, it's one thing to go from B to C, because all you're having to do are move these two fingers. Your thumb stays down, right? B to C is kind of easy. But going from B to D, you've got to lift up the thumb on D. B, D. And then think ahead to what comes next. So what's this one on all? You should know that note. It's the second line. Every great G. And we know that's 3 fingers down, right? So we're going from high D, which is just your middle finger, just the second hole, no thumb, to 3 fingers and thumb. So what I suggest you do to practice this song, the hardest part is going to be right here, jingle all the way. And it's really jingle all, going from B to D to G. So maybe start with just D to G. Get used to going D, G, D, G. Make sure your thumb, and don't put these fingers way far away from the recorder. That's not helpful. But just as long as they're up, you go from B to D, and your thumb really doesn't have to go that far away, but down to G again. D, G. Do it with me. D, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now go from B to D. That's thumb and 1 to just middle finger, right? B, D, B, D. And do this for a while. If you find this difficult, you can practice while you're watching TV. You don't have to blow, right? This is just the fingering. B, D. Get to where it feels comfortable. You're making sure those holes are covered. Now go B, D, G. Let's do it together. We're starting on the B, D, G. Jingle all. B, D, G. B, D, G. B, D, G. The key to getting anything like this where it's physically difficult, start slow and go a little faster and a little faster. If you could eventually go B, D, G, we're not going to play it that fast. But if you can do that, then that means you could probably do it up to the correct tempo. B, D, G. And then what do we have? A, B. That's easy going from G, A, B, right? G, A, B. Before we move ahead, let's look at this rhythm right here. We have a dotted quarter note, and I'm pretty sure we've encountered these before and I've told you what they are, but let's review. When you have a dot attached to any rhythm, it's kind of like a mathematical symbol. So if it's attached to a half note, how many beats are a half note? We've got half notes on bells, right? How many beats do you hold out that half note? 2. So if you have a dot attached to it, the dot is always, always, always equal to half of. So a dot is added to a $10 bill. The dot is equal to half of that $10 bill, which is how much? What's half of 10? 5. So a dotted $10 bill would be worth $15. You add the 10 plus the dot. Half of 10 is 5, 15. Of course, we don't have dotted $10 bills. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But but we do have dotted rhythms. So if a dot is attached to a half note, how many beats is it going to be? Well, how many beats is a half note again? 2. And half of 2 is 1. So a dotted half note gets 3. Now we don't have one there, but we do have a dotted quarter note. How many beats is a quarter note? Here's one right before it, just a regular old quarter note's worth. How many beats? Ta is just 1. Now what's half of 1? 1/2. Hopefully you knew that. But that means, and when you add it together, 1 plus a half is 1 and a half. Think of it like 1.5 or 1 and then 1/2, 1 and a half. So the dotted quarter note's worth 1.5. That means you hold it out a little longer than 1 beat, but not 2 whole beats. This is an eighth note by itself. We're used to seeing 2 eighth notes together, toddy. When you got that one flag, that means it's just an eighth note. Now remember, toddy together gets how many beats? 1. When you have 2 eighth notes together, you get 1 beat. So if you only have one of them, cut it in half. An eighth note by itself gets how much of a beat? Half of 1 is a 1/2. There's math and music. There's math and music. So you've got 1.5 and a half. So together, it's equal to 2 beats. Let's look at it physically here. I've got, let's get 2 colors that, okay. So here's a quarter note. Here's a quarter note. Okay. Now I've got a dotted quarter note. How much, that dot is worth how much of a beat? 1/2 of whatever it's attached to. Well, it's attached to a quarter note, 1 beat, so I need to add a half. So you've got 1.5 beats. And so that eighth note is worth how much? A half. I'm trying to make sure it's in here. So we call this rhythm tam-dee, 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 tam-dee. I'm going to do it this way just in case. Tam-dee, tam-dee, tam-dee. So 1.5 and a half. You sing it, you're used to that rhythm. Jingle all the, it's like a really slow gallop. All the way, tam-dee-ta. So just make sure you play that rhythm correctly. You know Jingle Bells in your head, so you should play it without even really thinking about it. You're not going to be thinking to yourself, oh, that's a dotted quarter note, eighth note combination, and that's 1.5 beats. And you're going to be thinking the song. But I want to make sure you know this because it's going to be in other songs too that you might not know. Now look at way, look, we got another dot. Dotted half note. Remember, we just said how many beats that gets. 3. Way, rest. And you want that rest to use to look ahead to the next note. And on the rest, you're going to prepare for it. So let's go back to Jingle All the Way. Enough rhythm for now. Okay. So B, jingle, D, and then we go to G, right? All the A, way, 2, 3. On the rest, you look ahead, and on the rest, you get ready for what note? What's in measure 5? Third space, space equals F, A, C. There's that high C that we did in March from the Nutcracker. If you haven't done March from the Nutcracker yet, you need to go back. It'll prepare you for this. That's why I do them in an order. So we've got high C. Well, we just talked about high C a second ago. It's the same as high D, except the thumb's down. It's middle finger only. Middle finger and thumb. High D, no thumb. High C, thumb. Same thing, middle finger only, second hold. Okay, so we just played a B for 3 beats. B, rest. See what I did there? On the rest, I went ahead and prepared for high C. You're always looking a little bit ahead. When people drive, and I know you all hopefully don't know how to do this, but if you've ever ridden a bike, same kind of thing. You don't look just in front of your nose. You look ahead so that if a tree's coming up, to slow down, or if a car's coming, to get out of the way. When I'm driving, if I see the car in front of me suddenly stop, I'm going to slow down and stop. I'm looking ahead for any kind of things that are coming up that I need to know about. Well, you need to do that in music too. Look ahead. You don't look right at the note. You move ahead a little bit, especially if you have something like a dotted half note that's 3 beats long. So you don't need to stare at that note for 3 beats. You look ahead, oh, we got a C coming up, and on the rest, I'm going to play a C. So watch me on Jingle All the Way. I'll go to the side so you can see everything. Rest. See what I did there? On the rest, I went to C, and then I played on the next beat. So moving ahead to Oh What Fun, we've got C, 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 C. There's that Tamdy. So you got the dotted quarter eighth note. C, 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 C. Then what do we have? B, 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 A, B. On sleigh, we have A, D. Now, no new notes throughout all of that. Now, if you couldn't go as fast as me, that's okay. But you should be doing what I'm doing on your own. You need to be saying these notes and fingering them. Don't try to play it at the very beginning. I know you want to, but practice saying the notes. Don't even pick up your recorder. Just go through there. C, 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 B, 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 A, B, A, D. And you don't need to do it as fast as I just did. If you're slower at it, that's fine. Then once you feel pretty confident, pick up your recorder, make sure C, 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 B, 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 A, B, A, D. Right here on sleigh, you see this line. I think we have encountered this before, but if we hadn't, that's called a slur. Up until now, every single note you are tonguing. Two, 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 right? Two, two, two. You don't actually say two, you blow, right? But on sleigh, on the second, you're not going to go sleigh, hey. It's really one word with two notes, so it's supposed to be slurred. So you go from A to high D, but you don't tongue the second note. You don't go, I went 2, 2. You go, there's a slur there. I just keep blowing and move my fingers. That's all I did to do a slur. Now, look at measure 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 are exactly the same as the first 6 measures in the song. So let's do them. B, 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 D, G, A, B. Rest, we go to C on the rest. C, 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 B, 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 B. And then we go to high D, 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 C. You just have to put your finger down there, right? High D, D, put your finger down to C, then switch to A, G. So one horse open sleigh is kind of like where you get to go, oh, you go from high D, you go from B to D. That's not easy. B in high D, one horse, and then you just put your finger down to C, your thumb down, C, then put your pointer down for A, and you put your ring finger down for G, C, sorry, D, 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 C, A, G. So the last 2 measures are pretty easy. Going from high B to D, one of the harder things. Now you may have noticed my right hand doesn't do anything in this song. So we're going to keep it down here. We're going to pinch that bottom. You don't want to let it drift up here. You don't want to have it up here. You don't want to do something weird here. Pinch right here, because eventually you will be using it in other songs. Just get in the habit of holding it correctly. You can do 2 fingers. One's not necessarily necessary. Just don't cover this bottom hole with anything. You see that? Okay. Don't cover that. Down here. If you want to do 1 finger here, 2 fingers, just don't let them creep up. It's going to change the pitches, and we don't want that. Okay. So let's try it together. Okay. We'll go really slowly. Here we go. And I'll play it this way. 1, 2, softly in. Wait, maybe I should go to the top of the music. Oh, that is the top. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, softly play. Rest. Rest. Even I make mistakes, right? I had a little there, and it wasn't because I played a note wrong, but my fingers didn't cover the holes perfectly. So that's going to happen. So you can always go back, do that again with me, rewind. If you have questions, it should all be in there. I'm also going to link you guys to the music play one. Okay, before I just let you go and try playing with the accompaniment video, I wanted to let you know that it has 2 measures of an introduction before you come in. So let's just listen to that. The sound's going to sound wonky on this video, but on the one that you have to play, it should sound fine. So listen up. 1, 2, ready, and that's when you come in. Jingle bells, like that, okay? I'm going to show you 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, play. And it just ends like that. Okay, so that's how it is. Now, I did not, in case you were like, why can't I hear her play? I wasn't playing out loud because it sounds even worse. But trust me, on the accompaniment video that I send you, it's going to sound better to you than what this did. It's because I'm not going to have that extra microphone going. So that's why I made it sound kind of strange on here on this one with my face. The one that doesn't have my face is going to sound great. Okay, hopefully that helped y'all. Bye-bye.